Welcome back, yogis. As you can see, we are in the most beautiful cafe that's just off Henley Beach Road. This is called Canopy, and it is a fantastic location for lunches, a girls' lunch especially. Come here, enjoy all of the beautiful coffee and treats that they have at this amazing location. If you guys want some more details about this spot, head on to our Instagram. We'll have a post that raves all about it so you can find out exactly where this location is and make the most of it. Alright, so we're going to start today standing. I'm going to get you guys just standing on your mat. Close down your eyes. As always, we take this opportunity before we start to practice to zone in on the breath. To feel the midsection expand. And to feel the midsection contract. Now I hope you guys have your eyes closed. If you don't, close them down now. And as you start to become really aware surrounding the breath, can you notice the little shifts in your base? The little shifts of weight from side to side. If you want to play with that a little bit more, maybe you begin to shift the upper body from side to side just a little. And feel how magical our feet are. Carrying us every step. They're consciously catching weight all of the time, something that we're totally unconscious about. So can you create that awareness here at the beginning of class? And come back into stillness if you're playing with distributing your weight from side to side. Let's take one more big breath in, feel the midsection expand, that cooling sensation that lingers in the belly. And then as you breathe out, push the belly button to the spine and get rid of all of the stale air that lingers in the bottom of our lungs. And then once you're ready, slowly blink open your eyes. Enjoy the ability of sight. And from here, we're going to start to move into some spinal rolls. Now, you guys have done this with us before, I'm sure. Feels a little funky, but it's an opportunity to let go of what you think you should look like and just feel into the body. So pretend like there's a wall in front of you if you haven't done it before. First, with this wall right in front of you, I want you guys to think about touching your nose to the wall. And then think about touching your chin to the wall. And then your chest. And then your hips, and then your knees. Nose, chin, chest, hips, knees. Nose, chin, chest, hips, knees. Now, can you guys find fluidity in this movement? If you're doing this with others, feel free to have a little giggle. I know you guys are going to feel ridiculous doing this movement, but it is so beneficial for our spine. Not only finding this fluidity and letting go of those judgments, but this ripple movement through the spine is fantastic for its health. Let's move through this just one more time, and then pause. We're going to go the other way. So start with your knees, your hips, your chest, your chin, your nose. Knees, hips, chest, chin, nose. Good. Find the fluidity. Maybe you notice straight away one side happens a little more naturally than what the other. If that's the case, it's totally fine. I have a lot of people ask me, what do I do with my arms? Don't worry about them, just let them dangle. If you want to get them into it, go for it. Tyler's doing a pretty good job of that. Just one more like this, guys. Again, enjoy this fluidity. And then come to standing. Good. On your next breath in, arms up to the sky, link your thumbs. Really nice. Feel the feet ground. Make sure they're about sitting bone distance apart. On your next breath in, reach up. And then as you reach out, bend over to the right. Now notice Tyler's quite deep into this. What we're trying to think of doing is moving up and over a wine barrel. So you're getting this beautiful arch instead of just causing compression through the lateral side body. Let's take one more breath out here. And then as you breathe in, reach up as much as you can. Breathe out, slowly bend to the left. Again, find where you feel the sensation now through the right side body, potential right side hip, maybe. Keep the feet grounded, don't forget about your base. Breathe in to reach up. Breathe out, bend to your right. Breathe in, reach up, feel this active leg out of the feet. Breathe out to the left. Let's do this one more time. Reach up, guys. Exhale to the right. A breath in, that buoyancy lifting you to center. A breath out to the left. Good. Breathe in, reach up. Breathe out, hands to heart center. Readjust yourself on your mat if you need. Really good. Now guys, as you inhale, lift your hands up to the sky. And as you breathe out, find a forward fold, Uttanasana at the top of your mat. Guys, please bend your knees. That's a really important alignment cue in this posture. We want to make sure that our knees are so bent the belly can rest on the thighs, and then energetically point your sitting bones up to the sky. And just keep breathing here. Really good. Straighten out through your right leg and take a bend in your left. And then place your left hand in front of your left foot and reach your right arm up to the sky. Now for some, the sensation will be super loud. And for others, not loud at all. We're encouraging this gentle twist of the thoracic spine, really important. Maybe a slight opening through the right outer hip, maybe. Maybe it's just the hamstrings. Let's breathe in one more time to reach the right arm up. And then as you breathe out, bend the right leg, ground the right hand, straighten the left leg, lift the left hand up. Now if you can't quite touch the floor with your right hand, you can come up onto your fingertips. Or maybe you bring in a block or a pillow, or whatever suits you best. But again, notice this foundation, your base, supporting this shape. Cultivating that gratitude for the feet. Let's breathe in one more time, guys. Reach up. Uttanasana as you breathe out. On your next inhale, slowly peel up, really slow. Roll your shoulders back and down when you get to the top. Look down at your right toes, spread them out really wide. And then lift your left knee up towards your chest, hands towards the sky. Find yourself in stork pose. Your heel, your knee, your hip, your shoulders, your head, all in a straight line. We're not leaning back nor forward to compensate for lifting that left knee. We want the hip flexors to really engage and draw that up towards the chest. Now I can see Tyler's base working really hard to keep him here. Let's add a little flavor to this. Turn the left knee out to the side, hands to heart center. And then find tree pose, bringing the left foot to the inner upper thigh. You can use it as a kickstand to the earth. Or maybe if you can't find that height with the sole of your foot, you bring it to the inner calf. These tiny little adjustments that are happening in the right foot, the right ankle, can you take your mind's eye there? Can you start to feel the right foot keeping you stable in this one-legged position? All of a sudden you begin to realize just how incredible our feet are. Let's take one more breath out. Push belly button to spine. Lift your left knee up as you breathe in. Imprint the sole of your left foot into the earth as you breathe out. Spread the toes. Lift the right knee up. Find stork pose first. And just come a little more familiar with this posture. Catching the weight. Offering the left foot now an opportunity to turn on all of those little extensor muscles around the ankle, Feel the knee and the hip working to keep you stable. Breathe in to reach. Right knee, external rotation through the hip, and then slowly allow the sole of your right foot to the inner upper thigh, inner seam of your calf, or utilizing that as a kickstand. And keep focusing on the breath. Allow it to move in and out of the body with ease, while the mind's eye is in your left foot, feeling the shifts, the tugs, and the pulls. Let's take our last breath out. Right knee finds that buoyancy as you breathe in. Lift it higher, good. And then drop the foot to the earth. Guys, you can wobble out your feet, your hips, your legs if you need. But from here, we begin to move into our flow. No expectations, no judgments, just this movement and breath. Spread your right toes, ground your right foot, lift your left knee up, take a big breath in. Arrowhead as you breathe out. Plant that left big toe slowly. Shoulder blades squeezing. Shine your chest open forwards in space. And make sure that your pinky fingers are next to your hips. Now you'll see Tyler's left leg, his back leg, that's super engaged, super strong. We really want to, as much as we can, focus on our feet today, this base. So let's take our last breath out. As you breathe in, start to ground down your left foot facing forward. Turn your right toes to face forward too. Good, there's going to be a bit of fancy footwork, hence focusing on the base. Hands at heart center to breathe in. Goddess squat to breathe out. Make sure your knees and your toes are in line. Now Tyler's pretty close to a 9 shape, if not exactly there. You do not have to be this deep. No posture is going to look the same in anyone's body. So come to a point where you feel the inner thighs at length, the glutes, the thighs working, toes and knees stay in line. Breathe out, push your belly button to your spine. As you breathe in, feel the legs release, straighten them. As you breathe out, transition back to our arrowhead. Take a moment to adjust if you need. Really focus in on the breath. Let's breathe out. Left knee to your chest as you breathe in, stork pose. Cross the left ankle over the right knee, open eagle, take the sitting bones down and back, the collarbones forward. Sit down into this shape. Guys, your gaze is going to help you. Keep that still. Really start to focus on that right foot, maybe the sensation lingering in the outer left hip. Breathe out to sink a little deeper if you've got that depth. Breathe in to rise, stork pose. Left foot imprints into the earth, breathe out. Reset. Regain control of that breath. Let's move to the other side. Left foot grounds, right knee rises. Breathe in. Slow and steady. Step back, move slower than you want to. Arrowhead, big toe plants, then ground just the ball of your foot. Back of your right knee, broaden that towards the sky. Squeeze your shoulder blades together to keep the collarbones nice and broad. Now we know where we're moving from here. So can you take just one more breath out in preparation? As you breathe in, start to ground down that left foot, hands rise. As you breathe out, find that goddess squat. Once again, find a depth that you can maintain throughout this hold. When we're moving through flow, maybe you start to play with a posture that's a little deeper, but we want to ensure knees and toes are in line. That's going to keep us really safe in this posture. Let's take that last breath out. Breathe in that sweet release. Arrowhead, fancy footwork as you exhale. Make sure you've readjusted the feet. Find that foundation first. We'll move from there, belly button to spine, empty the belly. Right knee to rise, inhale, move really slow, guys. And cross the right ankle over the left knee, open eagle, sitting bones back and up. And when we say back and up, that's more of an energetic movement, making sure that we're flaring the sitting bones back. That's going to create a little bit more space, a little bit more length through the right outer hip now. You can sit down as deep into this posture as you please. We're going to be here for one more long exhale. Rise as you breathe in. Lift your right knee higher. I know you guys can. There it is. And drop the foot to the floor. Shake out the legs. Samasthiti. Let's flow it through. One breath, one movement. Fluidity in the breath, stability in the foundation. Right foot to ground, left knee to rise. Inhale, slow. Arrowhead as you breathe out. Keep the chest broad through that transition. Plant the left foot slow. As you breathe in, ground the left foot and the right. Hands rise, face forward. Breathe out, goddess squat, knees and toes in line. Breathe in to release and straighten. Breathe out, arrowhead. Stork pose, plant the right foot down to lift that left knee up. Open eagle, sitting bones back, down, collarbones forward in space. Rise back up to breathe in. Samasthiti, left foot to floor as you breathe out, ground it down heavy, lift the right knee up, rise. Really slow through this transition, arrowhead. Feel the foundation, heavy, breathe in. Goddess squat, tuck the tailbone, belly on. Buoyancy, inhale to rise. Readjust the feet, arrowhead. Guys, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Right knee rises, inhale, expansion in the belly. Cross that ankle over the knee, open eagle, sit down and back. Right knee rises, take a long breath in. Reground the right foot, hands at heart, breathe out, straight away we go again. Right foot grounds, left knee rises, lift it higher. Step back with grace, feel the big toe drop first, then the ball of your foot, really nice. Turn the toes, lift the arms, inhale. Foundation strong, drop the hips, breathe out, nice Tyler, rise back up, breathe in. Readjust the feet, squeeze the shoulder blades, breathe out, lift that left knee up. Hands up, inhale. Sit down and back, breathe out. Rise, like you can really feel that buoyancy. Left foot down, hands to heart, exhale. You know that right knee needs to rise like you haven't done it before. Step back, moving slow, building stability in the hips, knee and ankle, arrowhead. Slow and steady, readjust the base. Be really, really conscious as you drop down into your goddess squat. Breathe in for the release. Breathe out, arrowhead. Ground to the left foot to lift that right knee. Inhale. Cross the foot over, sitting bones down and back. Rise up, breathe in. Foot to floor, breathe out. Really nice, guys. On your next breath in, hands will rise to the sky. As you breathe out, Uttanasana, bend the knees, rest the belly on the thighs. That next breath in, take a halfway lift. And as you breathe out, find Malasana, a yogi squat. Tara, get your face forward for me if you can. Now guys, we're going to be moving out of this position, finding some active range around the legs, the lower half. If you need your hands to the floor or to a block, you're more than welcome, but we won't be here for too long. So from this yogi squat, ensure that the spine is straight. As you breathe in, send your right knee away from the body and down towards the earth. Notice how Tyler's didn't thud against the floor. That's what we're looking to eliminate. And then sit back into your yogi squat at a really nice depth. That right knee, allow it to internally rotate really slow. And then with control, move it back out, yogi squat. Good, left knee, find that internal rotation. Make sure it's coming from the hip. Back into Malasana. Send the left knee down and away as controlled as you can. Good, sit back. Now find that internal rotation through the left leg. Sit down. Right knee towards the earth, really nice. Sit back. Out and away as slowly as you can. Sit back in that yogi squat. Good. Guys, no fancy transitions. Take your sitting bones to the earth. And your feet out in front, plant the soles of your feet nearly mat width distance apart, and then begin to windscreen wipe the knees from side to side. Close down your eyes while you're here. Just feel a whole lot of gratitude enter the body for being able to move the way that you can move, for being gifted this incredible vehicle at what it's capable of. And just one more time from side to side, enjoy that fluidity through the hips. Really nice. We're going to come into Sukhasana next. Now this may not suit everyone, but there's a different variation that we can all utilize. So here you can see that Tyler's brought his left shin parallel to the front edge of his mat. And then his right ankle, he's placing that on top of his left knee to create a box-like shape. Now, it's super common for people to come into a cross-legged position. But what we're aiming to do is keep the shins quite far away from the body. Now, if you can't quite get that right outer ankle onto the inner left knee, bring the right heel in front of the left knee. Place it on the earth. Now for a majority of us, this is where we stay. No half shoelace, where we have one leg straight and the other knee stacked. You're more than welcome to take this variation if that suits. But here, you can sit up nice and tall. I know personally for me, I would prefer to sit up. But if you have that space to fold forward and it doesn't apply any pressure or discomfort through the outer knees, go for it. Just start to find that fluidity in the breath once again. Ensuring that breath control hasn't left. Although now we don't have this foundation of our feet to focus on, can you feel the heaviness of your sitting bones? Let's take our last breath out here. And then slowly swap over sides. Really carefully placing the right shin parallel to the front edge of the mat. And either stacking the left outer ankle onto the right inner knee, or potentially bringing the left heel in front of the right knee, grounding down the left foot. Breathe through this sensation. Allow the heaviness of the sitting bones to keep you anchored. And the fluidity in your breath to keep you centered. Just one more big breath in. And a long, slow breath out. Slowly unravel the spine if you haven't already. And begin to bring your legs out wide. Shift your sitting bones back in space. If there's rounding through the lumbar spine, the lower spine, sit up on a block or a pillow. We'll breathe in to find length. Crown of head rises. Breathe out to hinge at the hips and fold. You may move a little. You may move a lot. Wherever you are on that journey, know it's exactly where you're supposed to be. Bring in that acceptance. Acceptance for where you are, just in this posture, but in your practice. Taking just one more breath here. A long breath out. Slowly rise up. Bring both legs together. Land in Paschimottanasana. We're not here for long. Breathe in to find that length, and as you exhale, taking the chest towards the toes. We're only going to take 2 breaths here, so as you breathe in, maybe you release a little. Feel the midsection expand. And then as you empty the belly, fold a little deeper into that space. One more like that. Breathe in, release just a little. Breathe out to fold. Begin to rise up. Lay down on your back. Straight away, we fall heavily into our last and final posture, Shavasana. Skull, hips, heels heavy. No control over the breath. Just a really soft jaw and heavy eyelids. As always, yogis, you are welcome to stay in this posture as long as your body needs. If you are ready, roll to your favorite side. Push yourself up to a seat. Hands land in Anjali Mudra. Bow your head to your hands. Together we honor the practice. We honor each other and we honor ourselves. Namaste. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Please make the effort to come down to this absolutely incredible little spot. You will not regret it at all. And if you do, let us know. We'd love to hear from you guys. But thanks again. We'll see you soon.